Alright guys, this video is quite different. It's different because I can't figure out how to put the words. First off, I want to say this. Us 80s babies, we have got to step it up. Step it up a little bit. I see so many of us that we look the other way. We just look the other way and turn our backs on different situations and talk about them or whatever it is, but we don't do anything to help the cause, to try to help some of these lost people through these situations. And I can understand the generation after us, not being as disciplined as we were, and that's fine. We ain't no sense in talking about it. It's done now. But we need to be examples, and we need to try to lend a hand to help these people, because guess what? We still got children that's got to come up after them, and it's just gonna get worse unless we decide to come together as people and make a difference. I know that I've heard people say, well, the children now are faced with a lot more peer pressure than what we were faced with. No, I disagree. I think the same amount of nonsense was going on when we were kids growing up as there is right now. The only difference is we had more pressure from a belt than what they have right now. That's the pressure we had. We knew that no matter what your peers said, when the pressure of that belt got down on you, it was hell to pay. And so that's what I believe about that. And on to the next thing, love, man, it's a powerful word, but it's thrown around so loosely. The way love works, and this is my opinion, but the way love works, it is unconditionally or conditionally. Learn the difference. Unconditional love is free. Conditional love is earned. So when our children are born, the first time we see them, we love them unconditionally. They hadn't done anything but come into this world for us to love them. So when you look at them and you see them, you love them unconditionally. That's free love. They can't do they just earn. They just given to them. But then as they grow older and they start getting on our nerves and doing things we don't agree with, then we learn to love them conditionally. Under these terms and conditions, we learn to love them. Well, that's just life, and that's how it goes, and that's how it is with people. God loves us unconditionally. No matter what we do, he still loves us. But us as people, it's hard, if not impossible, to love one another unconditionally. And I know it's been tried, and everybody probably thinks that they've done it or have tried to do it for a little while. And in a relationship of unconditional love, what happens is you try to stay with someone or be friends with someone throughout all these hard issues and situations, and you try to overlook all of these things, and you're caught up in a situation. Do you remain friends? Do you remain boyfriend and girlfriend, husband and wife? Whatever relationship you're having with somebody, you struggle with it because of unconditional love. You don't want to be there and you don't want to go, or you want to be there but not under those circumstances. And if you want to be there and not under those circumstances, then it's only one thing to do. Love conditionally. You love them under these terms and conditions that, hey, if you don't get your stuff together, I gotta go. Hey, if you want to be abusive, I love you, but I can't stay. No matter what it is, you need to learn to love conditionally. Don't hate one another. And people get that so mixed up because they think just because you can't deal with somebody, once you've loved somebody and y'all tend to have a issue, you fall out for whatever reason it is, that you can't love one another no more. You got to hate one another and look at each other dirty when you see one another. No, you just love one another from a distance. You love one another with that respect, under those terms and conditions of respect. Hey, I love you, but we don't have to deal with one another like that. And I think that once we figure that out as people, everything will go a lot smoother. People don't bother me because I learned how to love people. I learned how to love them under terms and conditions. I don't have to deal with you. But I still love you, and I know how to love you. I know how to love you without having to give you a ride somewhere. I know how to love you without having to borrow you no money. Whatever it is, I know how to love you under terms and conditions. So once we figure out to love one another under these terms and conditions, then we won't have to have any hatred towards anybody in our lives. So that's my opinion. Think about it for a little while, see if it helps. And I sure appreciate y'all for listening, and thank y'all.